most people get this wrong when they try to start a company in Ireland. They assume it's just a quick online registration and a tax number. But here's the truth no one tells you. Ireland has one of the most attractive business systems in Europe, but also one of the most detail-sensitive registration processes. If you miss even one step, your company can face delays, tax issues, or banking rejection before you even start operating. Now, imagine this. You are like Alex, a software engineer from India, or Emma, a freelancer from the US. You want to start a company in Ireland because of its low corporate tax rate, access to the EU market, and strong tech ecosystem. Everything looks perfect. But then you open the registration portal and see terms like CRO, POP-ES number, CRO forms, and revenue registration. Suddenly it feels confusing. In this guide, I will break everything down, step by step, so you understand exactly how to start a company in Ireland in 2026. No legal jargon, no confusion, just a clear roadmap from idea to fully registered business. And stay with me because in a minute I'll show you the exact company structure most foreign founders use in Ireland to minimize tax complexity and speed up approval. Let's start from the very beginning. If you want to start a company in Ireland, the first decision you must make is your business structure. This is not optional. It affects your taxes, liability, banking access, and long-term growth potential. In Ireland, the most common structures are sole trader and private limited company, known as limited. Now here's where most beginners make a mistake. They choose the simplest option without thinking about long-term scaling. A sole trader is easy to set up. You can start quickly and with minimal paperwork. But there is a big downside. You and your business are legally the same entity. That means, if your business faces debt or legal issues, your personal assets are at risk. Now the private limited company, or LTD, is different. It creates a separate legal entity. So your personal finances are protected. And this is the structure most international entrepreneurs choose in Ireland. But here's the catch. It requires more documentation, company registration with the CRO, and proper compliance set up from day one. Now let's move to the second step, which is choosing your company name. This sounds simple, but it is more important than most people realize. In Ireland, your company name must be unique and approved by the company's registration office, also known as CRO. If your name is too similar to an existing business or misleading, your application can be rejected. So here's a smart approach. Before you apply, always check name availability on the CRO database. And choose a name that is not only unique, but also aligned with your business activity. For example, instead of something generic like Global Tech Solutions, you could choose Celtic Cloud Systems or a more specific brand aligned with your niche. Now here's where it gets interesting. A strong company name also improves your chances of opening a business bank account later, because banks in Ireland look for legitimacy and clarity. Next comes the official registration process. In Ireland, company registration is handled through the company's registration office, or CRO. Most LTD companies are registered using Form A1. This form includes your company name, registered office address, directors, shareholders, and business activity. Now here's where many people make mistakes. They rush through this form without understanding director requirements. In Ireland, you must have at least one director who is a resident in the European Economic Area. If you do not have an EA resident director, you may need to purchase a Section 137 bond or appoint a local director service. This is one of the most important compliance rules. And if ignored, your registration can be blocked. So if you are a foreign founder like Alex or Sarah, you must plan this step carefully. Now let's talk about identity and tax registration. Once your company is formed, you need to register with Revenue, which is Ireland's tax authority. This is separate from CRO registration. Revenue will assign you tax numbers for corporate tax, VAT, and pay, if you hire employees. But here's the problem. Many beginners think company registration automatically means tax registration. It does not. You must actively register with Revenue before you can legally invoice clients or operate fully. Now let's talk about something very important, the PPS number. If you are an individual director in Ireland, you may need a personal public service number, depending on your residency status. This helps revenue identify you for tax purposes. Now let's move to the next critical step, which is opening a business bank account. This is where many foreign founders face delays. Irish banks like AIB, Bank of Ireland, and Revolut Business require strict documentation. They will ask for your CRO certificate, proof of address, business plan, and identity documents. Now here's a practical insight. Banks in Ireland are very risk-aware, so they want to see real business activity, not just a registered company. That means having a clear business model, initial clients, or contracts can significantly improve approval chances. Now let's talk about taxation, because this is one of Ireland's biggest advantages. Ireland has one of the lowest corporate tax rates in Europe at 12.5% for trading income. This is why many global companies are based here. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all income is taxed the same way. Passive income or non-trading income can be taxed at higher rates. So classification of your business activity is extremely important from the beginning. Now, let's talk about VAT. If your business exceeds the VAT threshold, you must register for VAT with revenue. Once registered, you charge VAT on goods and services and file regular returns. But here's a helpful detail. If you are serving international clients, VAT rules can vary based on where your customers are located. So understanding your customer base is essential for proper tax planning. Now let's move to compliance, because this is where many founders underestimate responsibility. In Ireland, every limited company must file annual returns with the SEO. This includes financial statements and company updates. Even if your company has no activity, you still must file returns. Otherwise, your company can be struck off the register. Now let's talk about hiring employees. Ireland has a strong talent market, especially in tech, finance, and pharmaceuticals. If you hire employees, you must register for pay with revenue and manage payroll taxes. But here's the advantage. Ireland has a highly skilled workforce and strong global connectivity, making it ideal for scaling businesses. Now let's put everything together with a real example. Imagine Alex from India wants to start a SaaS company in Ireland. He chooses a private limited company. He checks and secures a unique company name. He appoints a director or uses a compliance structure. He submits Form A1 to CRO. He registers with revenue. He opens a business bank account. He sets up VAT when required. And he starts onboarding clients. Within a few months, he has a fully operational EU-based company with access to global markets. But if Alex had skipped director requirements or tax registration, his company would have faced delays or compliance issues. That is why structure and sequence matter more than speed. Now let's quickly summarize what you need to remember. Starting a company in Ireland in 2026 is very achievable if you follow the correct process. Choose the right structure. Select a compliant company name. Register with CRO using Form A1. Set up tax registration with revenue. Open a business bank account. And maintain ongoing compliance. Ireland rewards transparency, structure, and proper documentation. If you follow the system correctly, it becomes one of the best European countries for starting and scaling a business. But if you rush or ignore compliance rules, even a strong business idea can face unnecessary setbacks. So take your time, build it properly, and treat your company like a long-term asset, not just a registration task. If this guide helped you understand the process clearly, like the video, leave a comment with your business idea, and subscribe for more step-by-step global business guides. Because next I will show you how to legally optimize taxes when operating across multiple EU countries, and you do not want to miss that.